Christian Zionists. This article is titled Christian Zionist Cowboys, American and Israeli Affinities Laid Bare. The American cowboys flocking to Israel amid its war on Gaza exposed the many parallels between the two settler societies. In early November, a photograph of 4 white men in a cowboy hats at JFK Airport. It's tough to not find this funny because to be this dumb is amazing. Amazing. I'm not surprised America creates people this dumb, but it's just still amazing. Uploaded to social media with the caption, "These cowboys from Arkansas and Montana were at JFK today on their way to help out the farms in Israel, and they're not Jewish." These are Christian Zionists. By the time the cowboys landed in Tel Aviv, a Jerusalem Post commentator declared, quote, they were already a social media sensation. So Israelis love these guys. These are Christian Zionists running to help Israel. Israeli and American media outlets have also celebrated the cowboys through interviews and updates, yet the cowboys are also a conduit to understanding a fundamental likeness between white American and Jewish Israeli society. What would that commonality be? Namely, their settler projects intent on erasure of dehumanized quote-unquote natives. These are both settler colonial societies, which the United States is. And look, I would love for that not to be the case. I would love for the United States to not be a settler colonial country. I would love for us not to have genocided Native Americans, but that is the reality in which we live. And I say that as a descendant of George Washington, Lewis and Clark. Well, just Clark. No, sorry, just Lewis. I can't remember which one I'm descended from, despite my brother's middle name being Lewis. But I would love for that not to be the case, but that is the case. We are a settler colonial nation that genocided the people, the natives who were here. And part of achieving successful genocide is to dehumanize those people, act like they aren't human, act like their cultures aren't real cultures, act like they're barbaric. And of course, we're seeing all of that to a T from Israeli government, for Israeli society. They are calling Palestinians animals and cockroaches and insects and all of these various analogies, acting like these are not humans. The men volunteered through the Christian Zionist organization Hayovel, or the Jubilee. This biblical term looks forward to a day of worldwide redemption and fully restored land of Israel. As Christian Zionists, the cowboys and their sponsors believe that 4 millennia ago, God promised the land to the Jewish people, who will rule it until the rapture and ultimately the second coming of Christ. In this scenario, key words here, Christians will be saved and ascend to heaven, while those adhering to other religions will be sent to hell. Did you catch that? These people who are being heralded as coming to help Israel, you guys are awesome, you rock, you love us, yay, you love to help the Jewish people. In their ideology, the Jewish people need to have Israel so that the end times can come about, so that the Jewish people can burn in hell for eternity, unless they're willing to convert to Christianity. Unless they're willing to become Christians, they will burn in hell. We actually will burn in hell for eternity. And so these Christian Zionist cowboys that are beloved in Israeli society are secretly hoping that someday soon, I mean, they'd love for it to happen tomorrow, right? Someday soon, all of the people that are loving them will be burned in hell for eternity. Which sounds like a long time. It sounds like a bit much. I mean, come on, God, Satan, whatever you are. Eternity. Let's say 1 billion years. Can you can you cap it at 1 billion? Eternity. That's too much. To continue from the article, while not all evangelical Christians in the U.S. hold these Christian Zionist convictions, polls show that a large majority believe that the modern state of Israel and the gathering of millions of Jewish people There are fulfillments of Bible prophecy that show we are getting closer to the return of Jesus Christ. So they view what's happening right now, the genocide Israel is committing, as getting closer to the time of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is right. Can you imagine being so deluded in your worldview that you think that committing genocide is going to get you closer to the Lord? What in the blue hell? Committing genocide is going to get you closer to Jesus, who cared about people, if you read the Bible, and wanted to help people and wanted to help poor people and shit. With many foreign workers fleeing since Hamas's attack on October 7th, as well as Palestinians barred from working in settlements and Jewish Israelis called up for military duty, many Christian Zionists, like the cowboys, are filling in. As one American worker told Israeli channel I-24, "I can't go into Gaza and fight, so I'm going to help here on the farm." So Israel is so busy committing genocide that they've run out of people to help them run their society, their farms, their stores, etc. So they're bringing in U.S. Christian Zionists who believe the Israelis will burn in hell. They're bringing them in to help run the society so we can have our hands free to commit genocide. That's beautiful. That's beautiful there. That is a wonderful thing going on there. This white militaristic masculinity common among evangelicals was examined by scholar Kristen Demez in her 2020 book, Jesus and John Wayne, which Jesus and John Wayne, one of the best titles I've ever heard for a book. Brilliant. Despite the fact that the American settlers murdered and terrorized indigenous women, children, so now they're talking about America, women, children, and other unarmed native civilians and took the land for themselves, the narrative of good white cowboys versus bad Indians has appeared time and again in U.S. popular culture. Though Zionists and Christian Zionists may declare that Jews are indigenous to the land, it's Palestinians, made indigenous through Israel's process of settler colonialism, who are, so to cut the parenthetical out, it's Palestinians who are often depicted as barbaric and backward, as beasts walking on two legs, little snakes, and human animals. Those are all quotes of IDF and Israeli politicians calling them those names. Anyway, unbelievable story of Christian Zionists leaving America to go to Israel to help Israel perpetrate genocide. It's just